How's it going, everybody? So this is definitely one of my favorite types of videos to do. This is what I call getting outside, playing outside. This is kind of my playtime as being a builder, or if you're a realtor, it doesn't matter. So this video is basically going to give you information on helping a client visualize a home on a lot. So if you're a realtor and you have a lot listed, this can help you sell the lot. If you're a builder and you're working with a potential client, this can help you kind of, seal the deal there with moving them forward on this lot. Or if you're just looking to build a spec home and you're looking at a lot and kind of want to know how it sits, how the home's going to sit on the lot, this information is going to be for you as well. All right, so the hardest type of lot to get a gauge of how a house is going to look or fit, any of that type of information, is a corner lot. So you can see behind me, we've got the street that forms a corner here, and you have to always be, at least here where we are, you got to be 25 feet off of the street side lot line. So that means not only do you have to be your normal setback off of, where the front of the house is facing, but you've got another street, so you've got to be 25 feet off of there. So it makes these corner lots a little narrower and tougher to work with. So I'll show you what I'm working with here. Here's another view. So we've got this street here, we've got this street here, and our lot line is, if you see those electrical boxes way down at the kind of the bottom of the hill there, that's the left lot line here. And then we're going all the way over to the street there. But again, we've got these setbacks to stay within, which make things a little difficult. So here's my survey that I had done. And I wanted to make sure that the particular house they were going to build was going to fit on the lot. So I took I kind of copied and pasted and put it within the setbacks there to make sure it will fit. Well, now the couple that's purchasing the lot and wants to build here, they want to know, how the house is going to sit on the lot. They want to be able to kind of see some markers where the corners of their house is going to be, so they can kind of see what they've got for room in their backyard, side yard, so on and so forth. So I'm going to set some markers in the lot to kind of help them visualize a little bit. Okay, so this isn't going to be exact because I'm not a surveyor, and that's something that I did make clear to the clients, just to kind of give them a good idea and a ballpark of how the house is going to sit. So the corners of this lot aren't marked, the side lot lines aren't marked. So what I've done is I've taken the electrical boxes that are behind me here, and that's where I got the camera set up. So this is what I believe to be the left lot line, which is this lot line here. So what I'm going to do is I pulled up this lot on the county map book, because on surveys they only show the lot lines, and I know I have a 25-foot setback from the front lot line, but there's also some distance between the actual street and the front lot line. And the only way to know exactly what that distance is, if you go on that, I went on the county map book and I used the measuring tool. I started at the back of the curb, and then I went back to the front lot line and determined that I've got 10 feet between the curb and where the front lot line starts. So that means if I'm going to be 25 feet back from the front lot line for my front setback, I'm actually going to be 35 feet back from the street. So that's what I can kind of use for my first measurement. So I want to set that right front. I'll show you here. So this is the first marker that I want to set here. That's going to give them an idea as to kind of how the house is going to lay on the lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this lot line here, and I'm going to go back 35 feet from the curb, and then I'm going to go over 10 feet because we've got a 10-foot side yard setback there. So I'm going to go back from the street 35 feet and then over 10 feet, and that's going to give me the front corner of the garage here. Now once I've got that marker set there, then I can go back the depth of what the house is. I can go over, I can kind of create that box so that when they come to the lot, they can see how the house is going to sit on the lot. So let's get started here. Now normally with doing this, it's better to have one of those little measuring wheels or even a real long kind of windy tape measure that you can measure up to 200 feet with. I've got a 25-foot tape measure. It'll still work, but again, the other things would be better. And then to mark the corners, you can use a flag, cones, whatever's gonna work best there. All right, so I'm gonna mark that left front corner of the garage. So basically, like I said before, I believe that I'm on the lot line right here. So I'm gonna start at the curb, which is covered in snow, so that's a little more of a challenge. I'll have to kind of dig that out, but I'm gonna start at the curb. I'm gonna walk back 35 feet, and then I'm gonna walk over this way 10 feet, and that's gonna be my left front corner of the garage. All right, so again, I've got a 25-foot tape measure, so I'll have to go back the full length of the tape measure here, and then I'll have to go another 10 feet off of that. So 25 feet is right here where my foot is. And then we'll go back another 10 feet from here.
Okay. All right, there we go. So 10 feet back from there.
All right, so I'm gonna bring one of the cones back and drop it right here. So here, I am 35 feet back from the curb. The other tricky thing with this lot is the topography of it. Now I'll show you that as well, but this lot is set up for a daylight basement, and that also comes into play as well. There's a big drop right behind that cone there, and then the lot is higher over here on the street side, and then it dips down as well. So it's basically, if you look at the blue house back here, it's going to have that type of a daylight exposure there. So the house that we're going to be building here is about 50 feet deep. So I'm going to pull a measurement off of that cone that I've got right over here. I'm going to go back 50 feet, and that'll be the back left corner of the house. All right, so I found what I believe to be the back left corner of the future house. Go mark it now with another cone here. I am starting to see a little bit of an issue though. So we've got the garage figured to be on this side of the lot, and I'll show you the topography over here. So this is the front left corner of the garage here, and I guess the issue that I'm seeing is, there's about, I would say, at least 5 feet of elevation drop from here to the back, that back cone there. So the garage, if the front left corner is here, the garage is going to be 22 feet deep. So if I go back 22 feet from there, so I'm standing on where the back of the garage would be, and it may be hard to see. I'll kind of get down to ground level, but you can see that cone is going quite a bit uphill. Now, that's not ideal for the garage because that means we're going to have to fill in the back of the garage with stone and kind of take some extra precautions here. It would be better if the garage sat, over here. It's a lot more flat and level, and then of course it dips down again into this area. But if the garage were over here, it would be better. The only problem is on a corner lot, there's always a no vehicular access. So there's basically an easement there that says you can't put a driveway anywhere on this side of the lot because it's a safety type thing for, vehicles coming down the road. So you can't have the garage on this side. See, it's good for you to, now I'm realizing that on the back side of the garage floor is going to be above where the actual ground is right now. So that means that I'll probably have to do deeper garage walls, and I'm going to have to fill in that void with stone. So now I know that whether I'm building a spec house here or a home for a customer, there's going to be a couple $1,000s of additional for stone and walls underneath the garage. So it's good to know for your budgeting. Cone that's behind me here is the back left corner of the house. So now I want to set the back right corner of the house. The house is 65 feet wide. So I'm going to start there at the cone, and I'm going to go that way 65 feet and set another marker for the back right corner of my house. Then I'll move forward to hit the right front corner of the house, and voila, it should give a pretty good picture of how the house is going to sit on the lot, and helps them see how much backyard they're going to have, side yard, you know, stuff like that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pace the 66 feet over. So I know when I take a pace, which would be a normal size step, it's about 3 feet. So if I take 20 paces, 22 paces, that gives me the 66 feet. Hopefully my math is correct. If not, don't comment about it. Scratch that. I'm going to measure it because there's a big puddle over here that I can't really walk through. So, all right, so I'm back here at the left front corner of the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over 66 feet from here, and that's going to give me the right front corner of the house, and I'll be all set over here. All right, so we're going to set the last corner here. Now, you're going to want to kind of double check your measurements. So when I set this last corner, I'm going to measure from the front right corner to the back right corner that I put in, and make sure I've got the same depth as I do on the other side. And then also, because this is a street side lot line here, I know what the exact dimension is from my survey between the front right corner of the house and the street. I'm supposed to have 30 feet there. So we'll check to see. I may have to kind of shift things a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so one last thing I'm going to do here is I'm kind of marking the back lot line. It's easy for me to tell because you can see that swale that kind of runs all the way down the line there. That's, you know, and this house is here, the yard's there. So we got this marker here, and then there's another one you can see way down there that I stuck in the ground. That would be the back left lot line. So that way they can see the back lot corners, see where the house is gonna be positioned, and hopefully that'll help complete the transaction. All right, well, that's gonna do it. If you've got any questions, you can leave it in the comments, and I'll try to guide you a little bit more on that. I do have a course that I'm going to be coming out with, and I do talk about this kind of stuff in there. This is definitely something that's really good for you to know if you're a real estate agent marketing properties, if you're a builder that's looking for a spec home lot, or if you're a builder that's going to be working with a client, to be able to show them this and kind of give them a little more of a presentation other than just, this is what it's going to look like. Here's your home on the lot. You know, most people need to come out here and visualize that. So that's going to do it for this one. Take care. God bless.